Deadrock is back, and we start off where we left off with Class F being attacked by the semi-zombie people. Once again, they're not actually dead, but they're not alive. So there are two major problems going on. The number one problem is the fact that Yakuto lost control over his mind. Apparently, the curse that's on him also causes him to go berserk when he transforms into a dragon. And so now he's just going apeshit, destroying everything. Not just the battle pets, but literally everything, including his allies. Haidin and Ryzen completely ignore the battle pets because they're basically been smashed at this point and decide that they had to stop Yakuto. At first, their plan was just to knock him down or knock him out or whatever, but at a certain point, they come to the conclusion that they basically have to kill him. Like, they suggest cutting off his head. That's not a joke. So, yeah, that whole thing just went completely south quick. The second problem is Freya. She actually almost gets killed by her big sister because she's completely stunned and broken by what she's seeing. Makoto saves her, but now these two basically have to focus on her sister because Freya is completely focused on saving her sister, and Makoto is basically trying to convince Freya that her sister's already dead. Like, their organs are already rotting. They're gone. There's no way to save them. But of course, Freya is ignoring Makoto. She rushes into the middle of the battle pets, even having to pass the giant dragon that's currently going on a rampage. So, she's risking her life to get to her sister. And we basically get the rest of Freya's backstory in the flashback, where she didn't just look up to her sister because she was super strong. Her sister was basically her mother in a sense, because she raised her, took care of her, and basically did everything for her. The two of them apparently grew up in complete poverty, where the other kids would actually make fun of Freya for wearing stitched together clothes. Now, Freya would basically brush these comments off and say that she loves her clothes. They're better than brand new ones because they were made by her beloved sister. And while the two of them are just sitting there together looking off into the underworld, her sister declares that she's going to go to Deadrock, become a demon lord, and basically be able to live a rich life so her and her sister can live it good. And little Freya declares that she's going to get stronger one day, beat her sister. Obviously, she says, well, by the time that happens, I'll be even stronger than I am now. So, obviously, you're not going to beat me. And they basically go do that thing that kids do where they say, no, well, I'll be stronger than strong. I'll be stronger than yada. And they basically go back and forth until Freya basically starts pouting. Back in the present timeline, Freya does eventually find her sister, and her sister attacks. And, of course, Freya responds by hitting back this time. And the two actually collide with Fire Fists, which means even when you turn into a battle pet, you still have all of your abilities. Which means if Makoto ever got turned into a battle pet, that would be terrifying. Because that means even if a battle pet is killed, he could just force his Makoto battle pet turn all of the dead battle pets into zombies. That's a thing that could happen. Back to the fight with the two sisters. That single punch where they landed on each other was so intense that the flames incinerated the rest of the battle pets. Like, they are just dead and gone and ash. Even Makoto can't get close enough. So their power was just intense. And these two are now just going at each other full force, beating each other with their fire fists. Freya is still talking to her sister, telling her that she always knew she was strong and then she looked up to her and she loves her. Makoto is screaming on the other side of the flames, trying to convince Freya to see reality and accept that her sister is gone. At that moment, Freya then declares that she's going to surpass her sister and completely punches her head clean off. Like, it is just reduced to ash into a single blow. Makoto is completely stunned by this, and Freya even tries to basically lie it off by saying she's happy that she finally was able to surpass her sister, but she's crying. It's clear that doing that just broke her inside. Her grief eventually turns to rage, and she turns to Lauzen, and he is currently having the fucking moment of his life. Dude is getting hyped seeing all the fighting. He's just enjoying himself. He's super excited to have his new battle pets. Makoto stops Freya from, committing suicide by going after Lauzen. Freya is pissed off at her, saying, why not? And Makoto says, just wait, we'll have our chance, and don't worry, I will help you kill him. And Makoto, once again, very much wants to kill Lauzen. She seems to be the most disgusted by him. So it seems that if this is going to be a traditional anime matchup kind of thing, then the two girls are going to take on Lauzen as their opponent. Originally, I was assuming it was just going to be one giant group fight, but based on how this is going, no, it's just going to be these two taking him on. Now, that's not going to be for a while because they're nowhere near strong enough. Oh, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but Honey also made himself really fucking big again, and he's joined with the guys taking on Yakuto, which is doing no damage to him. Not a single one of their sword attacks, ice, or even being a giant seems to have any effect, though. Yakuto's scales are just that dense. which is a problem because Yakuto is now destroying the stadium, and that's when Laozen decided, okay, I can't let you destroy school property, so this is where he decides to get involved. And he decides he's going to use a really powerful attack, which name is really fucking stupid. Knockout Demonic Super Macho Fist. That is the actual name of his attack. We don't actually get to see it, because right before he used it to, I'm assuming, to kill Yakuto, because he was ready to just go all in on this. That's when God appears and basically tells everyone to stop. Yeah, so God is also pissed off that they're destroying school property. In fact, he even declares it a rebellion against God himself. And so he decides to attack Yakuto. And of course, Yakuto is a dragon, so he just fire breath. And God blows it away with a puff of his breath, like Superman, and just one-shots Yakuto, like just bops him on the head. I call it a bop and not a punch is because he wasn't trying to kill Yakuto, like Laozen was probably going to do. No, he just wanted to discipline him. In fact, he even declares it to be thrown in the school dungeon as punishment. That's right, he sent Yakuto to detention. So as you can imagine, in a demon school, detention is referred to as the blood dungeon, and it's literally a dungeon for torturing people. It's apparently 3 stories below the chapel, so this is part of Liz's domain. So she strips him naked and chains him up, which means it most likely is used for certain activities by Lilith, usually. Not gonna go any further than that, but yeah, there you go. So Yakuto is basically sentenced to spend 1 week just hanging there. And the punishment is actually something very peculiar, as she says that you can kill anyone you want, but you can't damage the school, because Deadrock is a part of God. In fact, that would explain why he said destroying Deadrock, destroying the buildings, is rebellion against him. Deadrock might literally be a part of God. What part that is, I am not entirely sure. But knowing how Mashima writes, there's probably several cores around Deadrock hidden in the buildings that are literally part of his soul that keep him alive. So you can't kill him unless you destroy these cores. And I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of them were inside of the 4 top demons in the school. So you specifically had to kill them before you can go after God. That just makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, Lilith leaves Yakuto to rot, and all of a sudden, the black cat appears. First, she tells him to shush, but then screams when she sees him naked and calls him a pervert. That whole thing didn't work at all. A black cat with no stealth skills whatsoever, so that's gonna be an issue. But apparently she figured out that Yakuto was trying to kill God. I don't know how she did it. It doesn't make any sense. Unless my theory that she's a witch comes true. And she used like a crystal ball or something. But other than that, I have no idea how she figured it out. But she just says that she wants to take part in killing God. In fact, she even knows his weakness, which might be the cores I was talking about earlier. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that it's an emotional weakness that the god has, because he straight up killed a bunch of innocent humans back on Earth just because he felt like it, and they were praying to a god he already killed. Like, he doesn't seem to have any, emotional or mental weaknesses. Like, you can use people he cares about as Haas. It has to be something, like, tangible. That is his weakness. But anyway, the fact that this chapter ended off before Lazo was killed surprised me. I figured this was going to be a short series, but this might actually last a few years. I was expecting this to be done within, 12 to 18 months. At the pacing it's going, no, we're going to be here for, 3 to 5 years. I'm cool with that, though. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you enjoy more Deadrock and other main things. Thank you, and have a great day.